Yo, what is up, guys? It is Nick, or the Notorious Fantasy, back again today with a 10-team mock draft. And before I go into the settings and everything, I'd like to ask you guys to please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and click the notification bell. Thank you guys very much. So we're doing a 10-team standard mock draft. As I said, the roster positions are quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, a tight end, a flex, kicker, defense, and 6 bench spots. And we're going to be drafting from the 2 position. And we're on sleeper.com, or sleeperbot. So let's start right now. Begin the draft. Boom. Okay, as per normal, Saquon Barkley goes at number 1. And since this is a standard draft, I like probably Zeke the most, besides instead of Kamara McCaffrey, because Kamara and McCaffrey are more PPR backs. So we're going to go with Zeke, even though Zeke also gets catches. So we're going to go with Zeke here. After Zeke goes McCaffrey, Kamara, David Johnson, Devontae Adams, Melvin Gordon, DeAndre Hopkins, Le'Veon Bell, James Conner, Julio Jones, Joe Mixon, Todd Gurley, Travis Kelce, Nick Chubb, Dalvin Cook, Michael Thomas, Odell Beckham, and then it's our pick. So what I'd like to point out here is the first tight end went at the 2-4, which is pretty normal. Usually you see tight end go second, third, fourth round. All 3 of the big ones go by then. Uh, one, two, only 5 receivers were picked, and the rest were running back and the 1 tight end. I'd also like to point out here that Todd Gurley, you should not be drafting him in the second round. He fell from the first round. Don't draft him in the second round. If he gets to like the 4th or 5th round, that's when I would draft him. But as of right now, with that injury of the knee, I would not suggest doing that. So it's our pick. And if we want to get the guy I want to get, which is Damien Williams, I don't think we can draft Juju first. So we're going to have to go with Damien Williams here. Damien Williams is a guy I like. He's the number 1, according to Andy Reid, on the Kansas City backfield. And on such a high-powered offense, you want to get the running back. You want to get shares of that offense. And especially a guy that showed up heavily in the playoffs and at the end of the season when called upon after Kareem Hunt kicked that lady. We're going to go with Damien Williams here. I did not mean to click on that. Antonio Brown, Mike Evans. Ooh, Juju fell right to us now. I think Juju is going to be going slightly earlier if you're playing PPR, but obviously this is standard. So Juju is perfect here. And also, I'd like to say that I did imply the strategy that I always imply of the you need 2 running backs in the first 3 rounds. So that could be running back, receiver, receiver, running back, tight end, running back. So, all in that order, you know what I'm saying? But we're going to go with Juju here. I like Juju a lot. Out of all the receivers that went, I like him more than Odell, more than Antonio Brown, and more than Mike Evans. So it's perfect that he fell to us there. Boom. Okay, so Juju, after we pick Juju, goes T.Y. Hilton, Marlon Mack, Patrick Mahomes, Adam Thielen, Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, Zach Ertz, Devontae Freeman, Leonard Fournette, A.J. Green, Aaron Jones, Kerryon Johnson, Stephon Diggs, George Kittle, Keenan Allen, Mark Ingram, and then it's our pick. I want to point out, like I said, the big three tight ends are already gone, which is Kelsey, Ertz, and Kittle in the first 4 rounds, like I said would happen. And Mahomes, the first quarterback picked in the 3rd round, which is like where you're going to be seeing him. But obviously in your like at-home drafts, some guy may be picking Patrick Mahomes in the 1st or 2nd round. Where I see the most value in Mahomes would be in like the 4th, 5th round, but obviously he's never going to fall that far unless you're playing like an expert league draft. So, yeah. So now it's our pick, and we already got our 2 solid running backs and a solid receiver. So we're gonna want to go running back again here, and then on a flip go receiver, because the receivers here that we'd be looking at are Amari Cooper, Julian Edelman, Brandon Cooks, Kenny Golladay. So we're gonna be looking running back here because I want to make sure we get Chris Carson before he falls out here. Chris Carson I like because Seattle's a run-heavy offense, and even though you can make the point that Penny's going to get touches too, because he obviously will, it'll be like 60-40, 70-30 split in Chris Carson's favor, and Chris Carson may get hurt, obviously, but every player can get hurt. But you need to make sure that you put running back or any injury into account when you're drafting a guy. So we're going to draft Chris Carson here. After Chris Carson goes Amari Cooper, and then Andrew Luck, and then it's our pick again. So we're obviously going receiver, like I said, because the big 3 tight ends were on. If George Kittle's available at this point, I would have picked him there, but he wasn't, obviously. And guys like O.J. Howard, Eric Ebron, and Hunter Henry, I think I could even get in the next round if that's what I wanted. So we're gonna go receiver here because we already got 3 running backs. Our flex is filled out, so we need a receiver. And the guy I wanted fell right to us. I don't think you can be drafting. I wouldn't draft Julian Edelman. Julian Edelman's a lot better in PPR obviously than standard because of the pure amount of catches he gets, but I still like him a lot, and I'd be going with him over Cooks here. So we're gonna go Julian Edelman. After we go Edelman, Philip Lindsay goes off the board, Kenny Galladay, Sony Michel, Brandon Cooks, Tyreek Hill, Kenyon Drake, Aaron Rodgers, David Montgomery, Cooper Kupp, Mike Williams, Tyler Lockett, Sammy Watkins, Calvin Ridley, Robert Woods, Lamar Miller, Chris Godwin, and now it's our pick. Now, something I want to point out here, I would not draft Sony Michel. I know I've picked him in videos before, but now I'm getting the feeling that he was I don't believe that he's been practicing, and I also think that it's just not safe drafting a New England running back. If I was going to draft one, it would be Damian Harris in like one of the last rounds of the draft. So after we got Edelman, now we're going to be going either running back or wide receiver here, and that running back or wide receiver. We don't want a tight end, like I said, because I think if we wait till next round, then I'll draft OJ Howard. But if he goes here, then we can just wait even longer. At the running back position here, we're looking at guys I don't really like here. I don't like Geis. Cohen is okay. I don't really like Coleman or Howard. At the receiver point, guys like a guy I really like here. There's a few guys I like here: DJ Moore, Boyd, and I like Fuller. But we're gonna go. I like Boyd the most out of those guys. I think that AJ Green is so injury prone that it's so much more possible that Boyd ends up being the one. And I also think I like Fuller, but I know he's also very injury prone. And if he gets hurt, then Kiki Kuti fucking 5 rounds later is a better pick. So we're gonna go Boyd. So after Boyd goes Hunter Henry, and then Darius Guice. So we can go tight end like I wanted to. So we're gonna go OJ Howard here. Now OJ Howard is obviously risky because their backup Cameron Brate is also pretty good. But if OJ Howard can stay healthy, I don't think Brate will be eating too much into his on-field percentage. So we're gonna go OJ Howard. Okay, so after we picked OJ Howard goes Eric Ebron, Deshaun Watson, Jarvis Landry, Alshon, Baker, Tevin Coleman, Jordan Howard, Matthew Ryan, Rashad Penny, Tariq Cohen, Darrell Henderson, James White, Russell Wilson, Robbie Anderson, Evan Ingram, Drew Brees. That's our picks now. 5, 6, 7, 8 quarterbacks have went off the board out of the 10 teams, which means 2 people don't have them, which includes me because I don't pick a quarterback until later unless I'm trying to simulate something. So we're gonna go running back here, and we already got 3 solid running backs. So I think the move here is to go Latavius Murray. I like him the most out of all these guys. Kareem Hunt is going to be spending like 8 or 9 games, so I don't see why you would draft him. Miles Sanders is in a running back by committee, and I don't know if he'll even end up being the number one. I think Jordan Howard might be the one for right now. But guy like Latavius Murray, I like because he's going to be in the Mark Ingram role that he's been in when Kamara was there, being like the 2, but being a 2 that puts up solid weeks. And if Kamara was to get hurt, Latavius Murray would be a for shoo-in for like a running back 1 all the rest of the year. So we're gonna go Latavius Murray. Oh my fucking god. Alright, Latavius Murray. I keep accidentally clicking on stuff. Latavius Murray goes, and then Chicago defense, and then DJ Moore. So let me tell you something right now. This guy who picked Chicago's defense, he probably has his thumb up his ass. He's an idiot. You can't be picking a defense until the last round, or second to last round, whichever order you do it in. So do not do that. The defense usually changes every year which one's the best in fantasy, and putting that much value on a defense is just stupid when you could have gotten someone like, say, DJ Moore, or even if you like maybe Miles Sanders, you would have picked him. There's other receivers or tight ends like even Fuller, Allen Robinson. These are guys that you could be starting every single week. They're going to be putting in solid points for you, whereas Chicago's defense every single week is not going to be doing that. And then when you do that, you're not even streaming, so you're going to have to keep the Bears defense on your team the whole year, even when they're on their bye. So that's just dumb. So we're gonna go. I think this is either where we're gonna pick up. We could pick up Wentz here. Wentz is a guy I've spoke upon a lot, being a guy that I don't really like. But at the same time, if he doesn't get injured, he has huge potential to be really good this year, bouncing back off the injury, obviously, and he he is number 2 on the MVP favorites, like, in Vegas. He's, like, the second highest odds to win it all. So, I think that since I haven't been taking him, and I usually wait for guys like Murray and Cam Newton, I wanna show you guys that you can draft someone in the ninth round instead of, like, the 12th round like I do, so we're gonna go Wentz here. And after Wentz goes Will Fuller, Dante Pettis, Kareem Hunt, Jared Cook, Christian Kirk, Allen Robinson, Doug Baldwin, Miles Sanders, Vance McDonald, Sterling Shepard, Philip Rivers, LaShawn McCoy, Royce Freeman, DK Metcalf, N'Keal Harry, Carlos Hyde. Some big things to say here. Do not draft Doug Baldwin because he's not on a team and he retired, so don't draft him. Like I said, I don't really like Miles Sanders, and I think that I don't really like Philip Rivers to be your one, considering that he doesn't have very much upside and is more of a floor guy. Also, I don't really like N'Keal Harry anymore because I think that they were saying that he wasn't doing too good in camp, so I wouldn't be drafting him now, like this early. I would not be drafting N'Keal Harry, but maybe in the future, like towards August, we'll figure out more of what it's actually like. And then I don't like Kareem Hunt at all. That someone who's suspended for that long, you can't be drafting because you don't want to hold on to some guy for 8 9 weeks and then him come into Cleveland and then they're like, oh, actually, the starting running back Chubb is actually the number one. Sorry, that fucking absolutely went right past my head. So we're gonna go running back or receiver here because we already have our tight end. So we're gonna go running back here because we have one. We have one, two, four running backs and three receivers. So we're gonna go running back and then receiver. I like Peyton Barber because, like I've been saying, that like here, right, actually, let me look at the receivers because if he doesn't work, we could just go Jalen Samuels or Ronald Jones. I don't like Corey Davis at all. Marvin Jones or Geronimo Allison would be the pick here. I think we're gonna actually go. Um, we're gonna go Marvin Jones here because I don't know if Geronimo Allison will be the one. Or no, not be the one because with the one on their team is Devontae Adams, but I don't know if he'll be the 2 or the 3 because of Marquez Valdes-Scantling. So we're gonna go Marvin Jones here because I know for a fact he'll most likely be the 2 behind behind the other guy on their team that starts with a G. Good one. No, it's not a good one. It's oh, that bothers me so much that I don't remember his name. Starts with a G. Kenny Galladay. Oh boy, I'm on the stupid pills today. We're gonna go Marvin Jones here. Okay, after Jones, now we can go running back, and I'm gonna go Jalen Samuels. Anyways, even though I like Peyton Barber because if Ronald Jones doesn't end up taking that running back one position, that Peyton Barber could be a solid option. Actually, no, we're just gonna go Peyton Barber because I think he's more upside than Jalen Samuels, and hopefully Jalen Samuels falls to me. Okay, so after we went Barber goes Geronimo Allison, Corey Davis, Jared Goff, Jerick McKinnon, Kyler Murray, Courtland Sutton, Rams defense, Larry Fitz, Tom Brady, the GOAT, Adrian Peterson, Jameis Winston, Mekhi Hardman, Ronald Jones, or Rojo, Emmanuel Sanders, Jags defense, Trey Burton. Okay, so something I want to point out here. Corey Davis, like I said, I don't know if I've said it a million times on this channel, do not draft Corey Davis. That guy, he gets tons of targets, but he's terrible. He doesn't do anything with them, and it's actually just kind of embarrassing. And Mariota is not that good in my opinion. Also want to point out that the Rams got picked and the Jags got picked. The Rams got picked here at 11-9. The Jags went 12-7. Don't pick a defense until the last round, like I said a million times. The second to last round. Okay, so now it's our pick, and the guy I wanted fell right into my hands. So we're gonna be going Jalen Samuels here. Jalen Samuels is the backup for Connor, but he's also going to be running. He ran last year out of the tight end slot, so I think he can do that. And he's also going to be going out for passes, so he could be a possibly a receiver for the team with Antonio Brown gone. So he's going to be getting targets. And if James Conner goes down, that guy's a certified one, running back one, not the running back one, but like a top 10 if you're playing 10 team. He might be 10, 12. He's an RB1 or RB2 if Connor gets hurt. So we go him, Funchess, Jay Ajayi goes, and now we need one more receiver because we only have one, two, we only have 4 receivers. We want 5, and we don't need a backup quarterback or tight end when you're drafting guys that high. So the guy I like most here is either Kiki or Deshaun Jackson, but we're gonna go Deshaun Jackson strictly because we drafted Carson Wentz, and you can pair. If you put them both in, you're getting like the pairing, obviously. So it's a 4-point touchdown. You're getting 10 points because it's 6 for the receiver, 4 for the quarterback, or if it's 6 point for the quarterback, then you're getting 12 points, 6 for the quarterback, 6 for the receiver. So we're going to go Deshaun Jackson because of that, and because come out of camp that Carson Wentz and Deshaun Jackson developed a good connection. Okay, so after Deshaun Jackson goes Austin Eckler, Ito Smith, Chargers defense, Big Ben, Roethlisberger, D.D. Westbrook, James Washington, Josh Allen, Baltimore defense, Sebastian Janikowski, Greg Zuerlein, Kiki Kuti, defense, kicker, defense. Now it's our pick, so we're going to go defense and then kicker. So the defense, how you pick a defense is you go on Google, you look up NFL schedules, and you can even probably Google like NFL schedule printable. We can get every single team. You bring that shit to the draft, and then you pick the defense that has the easiest week 1 game against a terrible offense, or the easiest 3 weeks, or however many easy weeks they have in a row against a terrible offense. That's how you do it. You don't worry about holding a guy, and then once you see, okay, so say the Cowboys are playing a terrible team, so you pick the Cowboys, and then next week you're like, okay, they're playing against, they're playing against Philly, and you think Philly is going to score a bunch of points. So then you're like, okay, let me drop them and add a different defense that is playing against the Jets or something like that. So that's how you do it. So we're going to go Houston here. Obviously, I don't know their schedule, so we're just going to go them anyways. You can fill any defense in there, and then we go kicker. So by kicker, you figured out, you probably just look up the kicker rankings. I don't know anything about kickers, but I think Lutz is on a good team, so we go Lutz or Gostowski here, but we're going to go Lutz. And then the draft is over. Delaney Walker, TJ Hawkinson are the only actual players being picked here, and Gronk. Don't be drafting Gronk. Golden Tate, and then Marquise Goodwin. So we're going to go over our team one more time real quick. We got Carson Wentz, Ezekiel Elliott, Damian Williams, Juju, Julian Edelman, O.J. Howard, Chris Carson, kicker defense, Tyler Boyd, Latavius Murray, Marvin Jones, Peyton Barber, Jalen Samuels, Deshaun Jackson. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you click the subscribe button. I hope you click the like button. I hope you click the notification bell. And I hope you leave a comment. So as always, guys, have a great day. Bye.